Hey, this is Daisy. My person was listening to a talk show the other day. They were talking about an environmental nutcase from New Zealand who believes that cats are destroying the environment. This asshole believes that cats are responsible for the extinction of 33 different bird species, but I believe that this is a crock of some of the most succulent morsels of bullshit I ever heard in my entire 9 lives. According to the news article, the University of Nebraska is saying this too. The University of Georgia supposedly attached cameras to 60 cats to see what they do when they are out and about, and they supposedly determined that cats were natural-born killers. Personally, I do not know what the Woody Harrelson movie has to do with this, but they are saying that cats are bad for the environment because they think being a cat is some kind of crime, but they can kiss my ass. All I have to say is this.
This is Charles Payne. Now, I don't want you to get lost in this. When you're going to wonder where this guy is going with this, okay? So just hang in with me. It'll become apparent. Earlier this week, a New Zealand politician, Gareth Morgan, asked his countrymen to get rid of house cats. Now, by the way, I warned you about this last week. I said the next thing the environmentalists are coming after is your cat. Meow. Yes, I'm telling you. And lo and behold, 2 days later, USA Today, a story about how your cats are destroying the environment. I kid you not. Yep, there's a university that's doing research. Well, you'll hear it here, at least some of it. Morgan didn't ask for the cats to be euthanized. He just wants to make sure that they don't have any offspring. His problem with cats is one that's growing in developed nations. It's how to preserve animals living in an urban setting against natural-born killers like your cat. You see, your house cat is one of the most destructive killing machines on the planet. Meow. And environmentalists have taken notice. Several studies in recent years confirm house cats and their feral cousins have a destructive streak that, according to the University of Nebraska, here it is, has already resulted in the extinction of 33 different bird species. Last year, the University of Georgia hooked up cameras on 60 house cats. What I want to know is, who paid for that? Well, you know who paid for it. Yeah, it's a government grant just to keep these people in some kind of busy work. So that, yeah, they hooked up cameras to 60 house cats that were let out every day. The carnage was mind-boggling as the cute little family pets went on a murderous rampage, killing lizards, voles, chipmunks, frogs, little snakes, and birds. In fact, it is believed that cats in America kill up to 500 million birds a year and between 3 and 4 billion animals in total. And it seems like bloodlust, since less than 25% of the kills are ever dragged home. So they're not even eating them. They're just doing it for pleasure. By the way, I want you to know that my adopted kitten, Jaws, is responsible for about half of these deaths. He's the John Wayne Gacy of cats. Yeah, in the spring, he goes up to the nest and brings the little baby birds down one at a time and piles them in a pile. Before you don't even want to think about it. Now, this behavior makes cats an immense threat to their environment. In fact, in the United States, cats kill close to 1,000 times more birds than windmills do. Oh, that reminds me. Did you see the windmill came down in the UK? Yeah, what happens to these windmills is the wind starts blowing really hard, and the governor on the windmill burns out. And so the windmill blades they get run away. And that, of course, heats up the bearing. The oil in the bearing catches fire. In this case, not only did it burn up, but the whole damn thing came crashing down. Folks, wind is a loser. Just like ethanol, just like the Chevy Volt and the batteries in the 787. Back to the story. In the U.S., 33% of households own at least one cat. I have 2. And the total amount of 86 million is larger than our dog population. In New Zealand, 48% of households own at least one cat. with total population of 1.4 million. Now, for a nation that's still relatively untouched compared to others, the stakes are high. Mr. Morgan has made his pitch. He said, imagine a New Zealand teeming with native wildlife. Imagine a New Zealand with penguins on the beach and kiwis roaming about in the garden. Imagine hearing bird songs in the cities. Mr. Morgan, imagine bubonic plague. Because the last time people decided for religious reasons, and believe me, the environmental movement is a religion, the last time people decided for religious reasons to exterminate cats, what they got was overrun with rats who had fleas who communicated what? The Black Death. You know, this is insane. Even the Egyptians knew that the cat was sacred. It was the only animal that would guard their food stores without eating it or without defiling it. As a matter of fact, if you look at a lot of the Egyptian art, you'll always see these cats, you know, next to the princess. The cats. As a matter of fact, I understand that in ancient Egypt, the penalty for killing a cat, in some cases, was death. But we've come full circle again, folks. I'm not sure what the outcome's going to be, he said, although I don't think that it's outrageous to not think that there's going to be rules coming down for cat ownership. It's really remarkable when you think about it. I mean, what's a lefty to do? Your cats are destroying the environment more than your neighbor's charcoal barbecue grill. Well, you say you want clean energy. Well, how much blood is on the hands of people getting energy from windmills? I mean, more than, say, those getting them from coal mines. But the real reason I brought up cats is because cats are hardwired to do what they do. And hardwired behavior is hard to erase. Now, it can be hidden for a while, but the cat that likes to get the belly rubs also likes to wipe out any animal species it can defeat. And so that leads us to the question, what about us? What about man? The debate on how mankind is wired and what the nature of man reality really is has been debated for centuries. On one hand, we are lucky to be able to determine our fates. I mean, upon birth, we are not obligated to fly south for the winter or brave running streams to reach a spot to lay eggs. Of course, this ability to chart our own course also makes us open to suggestions. Right now in this country, that suggestion is that we keep printing money and taxing success to pay for a utopian society where we will all work together without a care for material reward or even recognition. That's right. Well, everybody gets a trophy. We are born into families, but now we're told that family extends beyond even your community. And we are being told we are all in this together, to the point why that people don't work, that people who don't work have no guilt whatsoever in taking money from those who do. And all the while, we're drowning in debt. Now, look, I think at our core, we are competitive. And we also like shiny objects. Now, by the way, the author here is Charles Payne and townhall.com. He said, you know, the notion that the guilt trip is working is really only half correct. Only a few successful people say they want more taxes, and frankly, I don't think they mean it. While their less successful brothers all agree it's time to tax the rich because they need to pay a fairer share. And I must say, this rhetoric can be made to sound really nice, but its essence is not unlike the house cat let loose to terrorize the neighborhood. This money grab also includes giving up basic rights that have always been afforded to Americans. Our notion of freedom could be turned upside down if we don't take a stand. Well, it already is. Look, while I don't think that everybody is going to succumb to the pressure, we can be swayed, and a lot will ignore their instincts. I mean, no, we aren't hardwired to go south for the winter, but we can be talked into it. That's why we have airlines and Florida. The next few years are going to be nonstop campaigns to force Americans into accepting that we are a giant commune. Kumbaya, my lord. Kumbaya. The promoters of this campaign have the bully pulpit, the media, and that little green monster that resides in most of us, but it only comes out periodically, like when Tom Brady is winning the Super Bowl. America wins when we are motivated by financial rewards and other selfish needs. It is in our nature, just like it's in the nature of most other animals on the planet, to win and enjoy rewards and winning. In other words, it's the animal spirits of capitalism that drive us to the degree of wealth and prosperity that we've attained in this country, and it is Obama who is here to kill that animal. In nature, that prize is called survival. For human beings, it could be called money in the bank, or a house on the beach, or kids being put through college. We can't be ashamed of wanting to be successful or actually reaching certain heights in life, and should not allow the government to take what we earn under the false pretense of helping others. We're not helping others, we're just helping government. I think 50% of anybody's earnings is more than enough to run a government from local to federal. Well, Charles, I disagree with you. The serfs of the Middle Ages only paid 25% to the barons, and they got something for it. They got defense. These guys are trying to do away with defense. And your gun, by the way. My earliest memories, he says, are of wanting to do more, to climb tall trees, to win marbles, to win football games, and later on to win life. Survival is hardwired, but guts and determination can be removed. I mean, I didn't watch much of the Benghazi hearing, but from what I heard, it was a combination of love fest and GOP rolling over. And while the cameras were rolling there, the GOP caved on the debt ceiling, allowing it to run up for another 3 months, no strings attached. Even domesticated cats harbor the need to be savage killing machines because it's their nature. I thought it was the nature of the GOP to stand for fiscal discipline, but maybe I'm wrong. One thing is for sure, we all have to hold on to that kernel of determination and guts that made us reckless children with scraped knees and busted lips and loving every second of the journey of life. Yeah, remember when the world was like that? We cannot allow it to be taken away or coaxed away from us, because the future of our children goes hand in hand with it. We have to be as determined as Sylvester the cat was in trying to catch Tweety, or in the end, we will become the hunted. Or to put it another way, he who beats his sword into a plowshare will soon be farming for those who